Our regularly scheduled program over at KRHV. Hi guys, how you doing? Why? Well, because we've got another legend in the house. Yes, we do. Do you think you're a legend already?
I'm feeling that way today.
You are?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, wow. And we do have a legend in the house. So young and so inspiring to me. Tiffany Helton, she's the coordinator of the Mammoth Health and Wellness Fair. So how are you today?
John, thank you for having me. I'm doing really well. Kind of nervous for tomorrow since it's our first annual one, but I believe in the community, so I believe it's going to go well.
Why would you be nervous? Because there's a lot of...
To the right people and to the right mindset of people, and I just want to make sure that people understand that this is for them and for the community and for growth and health and wellness. So I just want the right message to come across.
Right. See that about you. All right, so we've got the Mammoth Lakes Health and Wellness Fair. Is this the very first one? I mean, it says it in the advert.
It
is. I know this, but that's
first annual, and I'm hoping, obviously annual means every year.
Yes.
So I'm hoping this is the first of very many that the town will provide for us.
Okay, so you mentioned it before, but why the Mammoth? Why the Health and Wellness Fair? Why do you feel like this is so important? Where's the passion coming from?
After going to school and doing what I had seen in the hospital and really seeing how holistic approaches to your life can really change things, and there's a lot of a lack of education for these processes to get to people, and for people to have these options that aren't just what the hospital tells you or what these many doctors tell you. And having these holistic options are important to provide, a plethora of different things. And I think there is so many people doing things in this community, but everybody doesn't know what each other are doing. So having to connect all of these people is I'm really good at connecting. So I think that, providing that space for people to showcase what they've been doing their entire career, and it might get missed because of all these bigger entities that are over focused in town. So, providing space for these smaller people to showcase all of their education that they've received over the course of their life, how can we highlight all of these holistic approaches that people are providing in town to people that might not be aware of them or might not have the, there's a ton of different demographics. So having these people that, might only be on Facebook, have options to see people personally, or, people that only read the newspaper, or a younger generation that's just on TikTok, having this physical space for people to physically see, I think will drive a lot of interest.
Continue forward,
yeah. Yeah, I just read a statistic. The industry is growing rapidly, and this is a statistic from a few years ago, but 65 to 80% of people now are utilizing natural approaches to their health and wellness. Understanding that, diet and exercises and all these things that aren't highly pushed can actually really help and heal.
So it's good. Let's talk about who is actually going to be at the event, and maybe why you've chosen them, or maybe they chose you. Maybe it's just
I think we chose each other.
Okay. Oh
It's how this community goes, and I am so thrilled about that. I started working and started trying to build my business, but I started meeting all these rad people constantly, and all these ideas that are constantly thrown around. We're just why don't we just do it?
All right, so if I'm there's different times for different things. There's the Wild Together market, right? And that is 11 to 4. What would that experience be like for someone who might not?
Ooh, I would just Danny's done a really good job at trying to foster this into more of a farmer's market style. We're gonna have vendors and booths full of people and activities and experiences, and we are close to 25 vendors. So the parking lot at Outbound is going to be filled to the brim with all kinds of different people and, what they're trying to showcase for this event.
Excellent. So, and so that's the Wild Together market. I love the name of that, by the way. That's really great.
She's great at that.
And then you've got...
and then I also just want to highlight that donations will help us be able to do this again next year.
Mm-hmm.
And it will just, it'll show the town that like everybody cares and everybody wants to be healthy and wants to, see this progression made, because health is wealth.
Yeah. Yeah, nice.
So yeah.
I speak to my mom once a week on Sunday because I'm her son, right? So she's like Mary Poppins. And
Yeah.
like, oh, it's Sunday. I've got to talk to my son, kind of thing, which is a great thing. And she will say, "Be healthy."
Yeah, and
be happy and healthy. Yeah.
I mean, that's the key to life. Happiness and health.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so of course we're navigating around these avatars for 80, 100 years. We might as well feel good while we're doing it.
Yeah, right.
Do appreciate you as a human, by the way.
Thank you, John.
I hope it's translating to the world. Your kind and your passion for this.
I hope so as well.
Because it's you're not making any money doing this, are you?
I'm not profiting. I'm coming out of pocket for pretty much all of this. And, I think it's important to let people know that like I'm doing this because I want to, and not because I have to or because of any other reason, but this is important to me to translate to the world.
Yeah. So everyone just let that resonate for a second, right? Because when you do things out of passion, great things can come from that. And we appreciate you, Tiffany, for this kind of passion. Maybe I think most of us here in the Eastern Sierra agree with you because we live near nature, because we understand the importance of it. But to take it to the next level and help others to understand. In fact, if you're already in and you're planning on going to the Health and Wellness Fair, maybe just grab somebody who might not be, a friend, and that might not be as in tune, so to speak, and maybe that's the wrong way of saying it, but just show them how safe it is to learn new information. I think anything that's new is going to have some kind of resistance, and though it is becoming more and more popular, like you mentioned, over 60% are now looking to different alternative ways of being well, outside of just going for walks and how many push-ups can I do, that kind of thing. It's now like, okay, we're starting to become more sciencey in its way. I shouldn't say sciencey. Some of it is science, if you do these kinds of things. But to have folks that have literally spent their entire lives in some of these cases to learn their crafts, to bring this to us in a forum that is in one place is pretty spectacular. And to do it for the love of it says a lot about you. All right, my friend. All right, so I wanted to mention also that there are some of these, I guess, bigger events, but you're also going to be surrounded by things like the tribal dance, right? You're going to have face painting, tarot card readings, massages, and so much more. So it's like, all of these vendors, people who are specialized in their crafts, and then all of these other little side things.
There's going to be an array of people, and our very own Jessie will be doing our tarot cards reading, so I'm excited to have her. And then, there's, like we were talking about earlier, there's a lot of different paths to healing, and one might not suit you, but if you're open and you can see all these other paths that are there, just trialing one is not going to ever hurt, and it might just open doors to places that you might have not ever imagined.
Very, very strong. You're like all of you, 22.
Oh, please, John, I'm 33 now. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So what can I do outside of going to this event? Because I think that's number one, right? Just go to the event, support it. But what can I do to help support?
Yeah, really just coming and checking it out would be a massive help. I want to show the town that this is important to us and to me and to everybody for a lot of different reasons. So I feel that it is important to just showcase this well. And if you're not able to come, or if you're not able to be there, just reaching out through social media, or going to our website and just letting us know how you would like to be involved possibly in the future, or your feedback. Feedback's going to be huge for me this year. Okay. So I'm really looking forward to, how can I do this better? We can always be better. And I know tomorrow, it's going to go perfect, but how can it be perfectly better next time?
Okay. Yeah. Balloons. The guy who does the
animal balloons.
I feel better. I feel well when somebody's doing
the
animal
the
balloons.
Face painting is always a nice,
I'm totally playing. There are so many things here that are awesome. I think that's great. Just go support and then give feedback. Those are very easy things for us to do, and it's
minimal.
It's all. I mean, seriously, you're gonna drive by if you live in Mammoth, pretty much.
Yeah, just take a
outbound,
sharp right turn into the outbound parking lot.
outbound Mammoth, located at 202 Old Mammoth Road. I think Bar Sierra is 202, and then the hotel is right next door.
Yeah,
right?
and then the Cafe Crepe, their truck is in the parking lot too, the big blue truck, and they'll be open till 5 p.m. as well that day. So they'll be providing some food. We'll also have food vendors, snacks, all kinds of different options as well.
All right, Mammoth Lakes Health and Wellness Fair. All right, so the SierraCollective.net.
Correct.
So everyone's listening right now, just go check out the website, take a peek ski, go to their Instagram or their Facebook, and Tiffany has done a great job, and we do appreciate you. All right, so is there anything that I have not asked you that you'd like to share?
I think we pretty much covered everything. I just, I want everybody to come out and have a good time, to experience something new, and to just be open to any and everything.
Okay, so it's just super chill, right?
Chill. Just like me. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, so I always ask, so Tiffany, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So once again, everyone, Tiffany Helton, you're going to hear this name in the future as being a significant community member, person, human, moving the dial towards health and wellness for all in a very loving and committed perspective. It's a rare maybe not so rare here in the Eastern Sierra, but it is rare to me as a human when I look at the big world and those who are trying to do things that are at this level. It takes a lot of work, and we do appreciate following your passion. It's great to have a vision, but you gotta implement, and you're both of those things.
Thank you.
And we won't hold that you were from Arkansas. No, I'm kidding.
I left the Southern twang there. Don't worry.
So you played basketball in
I
college
did.
too?
Oh, and
Caitlin Clark, has changed the game of basketball for women, and she's got my attention, and I know many Americans. So I don't know, we're way off the beaten path here. Well, maybe it's healthy.
It all goes together, like just showcasing what we're good at, and just bringing awareness to what we're passionate about. Like, it all ties together. Caitlin is doing really well with the game of basketball and bringing attention to, how women should be treated fairly and equally, and the health and wellness, like, this puts everybody on the level playing field, so to speak. Everybody can attend. There's something for everybody. It's not just one specific group, and that's what I am I think the most passionate about, is just allowing, we're gonna have people from tourists, we're gonna have locals, and then we're gonna have people from our tribal brothers and sisters from around us. And having those people all come together is what's important, because I've seen a lot of, like, it's just the locals that people are going for, and it's just the tourists that people are trying to get.
I see.
And bringing these 3 massive groups of people together in one location, like, that's what makes our community. It's not just money from somewhere else. It's like, what can we do to help each other? And this doesn't require a lot of money. It's just your energy.
Very well spoken. Gosh, made me run in the place.
Thank you.
We do appreciate you, Tiffany. I think everyone who's listened now knows you a little bit more about you and your passion and your commitment to making things good for the right reasons. I think it's as simple as that. All right, I always ask. Also, tomorrow, the Mammoth Lakes Health and Wellness Fair happening over at Outbound Mammoth Hotel all day long from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. This is a free event. Of course, donations are going to help continue to keep these programs going. And now, is the charity that you're giving some of the donations to too, or are you the charity? I mean, you've got to be taking money from this.
No, I don't have any plans to take any of the funds. Actually, depending on how much that we get, I'd like to give back. And that's what's the most valuable, is like, how can I prove and show that this is for a good cause? It's not just pocketing, going to somebody. It's going to you guys. It's going back to the community. And I haven't figured out a charity yet, but I'm sure there's plenty to choose from that will benefit from it.
Wow. saint or something.
Doing what I can in life, it's hard.
It's awesome. Well, have a great rest of the day. I know
Thank
the
you,
planning
John.
is pretty stressful. I know this is your first time talking on the air.
This is my first time for all of this.
Wow. Amazing.
So, we're just learning. Every time you put yourself in a position to grow, like you're going to be in an uncomfortable situation. So, pushing through that will allow for this huge growth opportunity. So I think that's like